Oh, hey, folks, I'm WWE Hall of Famer Hacksaw Jim Duggan, and you're listening to Horrible Horror. Tough guy, so bad, it's scary.
Horrible horror, so bad it's scary. Splitting up is never okay. Plot, who needs it? Don't turn on the lights. Cars don't ever start, but that's alright. Running upstairs instead of out the door. Good acting, what do we need that for? Horrible horror, so bad it's scary. Enjoy the show, but not really.
What's up, Moongoons? Welcome to the Horrible Horror Podcast, the podcast where we watch the worst of the worst in horror movies. Movies so bad they're scary. I'm your host, Lord Marshall Hampton, and I want to, start things off with saying, Happy Christmas, Merry Kwanzaa, or Happy Winter Solstice, or whatever fucking thing you celebrate. It's that time of year. Joining me today in the studio is absolutely no one. I am here solo today. Solo in the studio. Studio is cold and lonely and makes me want to cry when there's nobody here with me. But it's the holiday season, so I thought I'd do, and that's why no one's here with me. People's schedules today have been crazy this month, as most of you people know. We got family stuff, birthdays, parties, all sorts of shit going on. So trying to get people locked down was very difficult. So I thought I threw together a little idea that I'd do this little show, short solo show. That's a tongue twister. Try to just get something done and just be a little festive and a little different this week. So there is no movie this week. I'm not doing a full movie review or anything by myself. I thought I'd do something a little different since Christmas here. What we're doing is the Horrible Horror Naughty and Nice list. I kind of threw this together last minute. Well, not last minute, but I kind of threw this idea together. And I opened up the hotlines, which I also now just remember I should have posted something like that on Instagram, but Aaron handles the Instagram, so I forgot to even bring that up. But they have people calling. But I did get all of our friends. You'll hear some voicemails from some familiar voices later, giving us their Horrible Horror Naughty or Nice list for the year. I have not listened to these messages yet, so we're gonna listen. I'm going in blind here. So God knows what we're gonna be in for. It's gonna be a short little show. Just thought it'd be something different to do. And I'll probably also do like a New Year's resolution or New Year's hope type thing for the upcoming stuff coming up. So it won't be too long. But if you're going to listen, check it out. I appreciate, if you also want to say thank you to the people on Patreon for the little support we get there. I appreciate everything we do, or you guys do, I should say, that everything we get. Also, it's not too late to get somebody a Christmas present. If you're in desperate need of a present, what better thing to do than go to the horriblehorror.com, and go to the merch page where you can get yourself some sweet Horrible Horror swag. Get some t-shirts, get some pint glasses, get some pins and stickers and hoodies, and all sorts of stuff for your stocking stuffers, and just be cool. Be an awesome gift to give somebody a Horrible Horror Why She Talk t-shirt, or a Horrible Horror No-Yo Department of Fish and Wildlife t-shirt. Or just a normal head shirt. Everybody loves normal head. Get yourself a normal head shirt. They're all there at horriblehorrorpodcast.com on the merch page. With that shameless plug said, let's move on. So I'm trying to decide, should I start with my naughty and nice list, or should I end with mine? But I think I will end with mine, and we will start with just some of the voice messages we got on the Horrible Horror Hotline, which is 7404-SUCK-IT. That number again is 7404-SUCK-IT. You can call in, leave us your messages, movie suggestions, ideas, or if you just want to bitch at us and tell us we suck, or if you just want to complain about your fucking bitch ex-girlfriend or boyfriend, we don't discriminate, whatever. Go ahead and leave us a voice message there, and we can check them out and probably play them on a future episode. All right, so let's see. Let's go to this first message. First message here is, I believe, I think it's from Sarah. I think this is the first one's from Miss Sarah Samples, First Lady of Horror. So let's see what Sarah says.
Hey there, buddies. Hey there, Moon Goons. It's your favorite First Lady of Horrible Horror calling in for, I think, the very first time. But seriously, I was listening to episode 267 the other day, Trick or Treat. Guys, Debbie Reynolds is definitely Carrie Fisher's mother. Come on, Google. And did you know that the day after Princess Leia died, Debbie Reynolds also died. So we lost two incredible actresses in 48 hours. And if you don't know who Debbie Reynolds is, just go back and watch any movie in the 50s because she's really been in everything. But seriously, that Trick or Treat episode had me hankering for some 80s hair bands, some slashers, cocaine addicts, blue lightning. I had to go back and listen to episode 179, Rocktober Blood, because, baby, there's a killer on the loose. There's a killer on the loose, and I just can't get enough of it. So, but seriously, congrats on another great year of fantastic and funny content. Thanks so much for bringing things our way like Frankenhooker. Hilarious. Episode 250, Jason Goes on Vacation. Of course, Masterpiece Theater, where you gave me my voice acting debut. Thank you so much for all the shout-outs in Jeopardy. It was hilarious. It really helps me to remember all the episodes that I've been on so I can go back and listen. 'Cause, I really love all of the stuff that you give me, all of the horrible movies that you force me to watch. So things I really want you to force me to watch again. Sicilian Vampire. I've been talking about that guy for a long time with our buddy James Caan. Robert Englund's Phantom of the Opera. I really want to do that one with you, Marshall. And really, you know me. You know what I like. Any other musical, 80s, tripped out craziness that you can bring my way. So bring it, 2023. We're ready for you to keep it tight. Bye.
All right. That was Miss Sarah Samples, our First Lady of Horror. Sarah, thank you so much for the great message. That was awesome. Warmed my heart. Except you fucked up and didn't do the goddamn homework assignment, which was to give a naughty or nice list. Fuck. No, I'm just kidding. But that was awesome. Yeah, Phantom of the Opera, Robert Englund one. Yeah, we're definitely going to do that coming up. I just want, you guys' schedule has been really hectic this fall, so I really don't know when you're available, but definitely that is the first one probably we're going to do when you got the time. That's definitely on the radar to do that, knock that one out. Yeah, Masterpiece Theater was fun. If you guys haven't listened to that one anymore yet, check it out. That's something totally different we did. There's no movies involved. It's basically just, if you don't know, I dug up all the old horror stories I wrote when I was a kid. We're talking like third grade through junior high and some early high school stuff. All these horror stories I wrote, and we turned them into basically just read them on air, and we voice acted all the different parts, and it was a lot of fucking fun. We had a blast with that. Now, I don't know if it translates well to people listening to it. I don't know, but it was a lot of fun. There was a lot of stupid shit going on. I can't believe, looking back at the things I wrote, like, oh my God, but it was fun. It was really, really fun. And Sarah did, but she was on basically overload, because she was basically voicing every single female character in all the stories. So she had to do all these different voices, or at least try to, and it was pretty good. I had a lot of fun with the Masterpiece Theater. So check those out. I think there's 2 episodes of that. We did 2 episodes of that, and maybe there might be a third one coming down the pipeline someday if we can get everybody together again. There might be a third one. Not sure. But again, thank you very much, Sarah. Appreciate it. That's totally awesome. And just for your own sake, because I know you mentioned the Blue Lightning, just so gotta get it in. I'm blue, All right, so yeah, just had to get that in for everybody because I know people love it so much. Okay, moving on. Let's move on to our next phone hotline message. Let's see who this one's from.
Marshall Hampton and the Horrible Horror Podcast. Merry Christmas. This is Aaron Southworth, formerly of the Horrible Horror Podcast. Sort of still doing it. Who knows? Anyway, my horrible horror naughty nice list. I want to start with the nice, the things I really like about some of the Christmas movies that we've watched in the past. And one thing that often just comes to mind, which I just love, is the movie Elves. The one with the Grizzly Adams, and he's constantly smoking, and the Nazis, and the little gremlins. It's fantastic. But the star of that movie is the pedophile, coke-sniffing Santa Claus. He is my favorite part of that entire movie. If you remember, the girl Kirsten is going to mess with Santa, but Santa gives it right back to her, asking her for oral. When she slaps him, he gives a finger to the perfume counter girl, goes back to his break round, and cuts out some lines to sniff. God bless him. Like Tiny Tim would say, God bless him very much. I guess that's what Tiny Tim would say. Another one that I like a whole lot was Mercy Christmas. The Mercy Christmas was one of my favorite ones with the cannibal family who seemed to be very normal on the surface. You know, they talked about going to church and watching the game and who's going to cook the food. But the food they were cooking were people. And that was one of the surprise ones I really liked. That was another nice one I really enjoyed. I thought that was a lot of fun. Some of the naughty ones, of course, is No Mercy. Good fucking God. I almost quit Horrible Horror Podcast from No Mercy. And in hindsight, I don't even know if it's even a Christmas movie. But it just makes me so goddamn sick to my stomach, I gotta bring that up. That is one that is definitely on my naughty list. But I've been enjoying listening to you and Nachos and, run the show. It's been pretty good. It's been pretty fun. Also the girls from Spooky Tuesday podcast who have been participating as well. Thank you very much for hanging in there while I'm on my quote-unquote hiatus because it's really funny. I was like, I might be done with horrible horror. Marcia's like, just go on hiatus. Just go on hiatus. And I'm still on hiatus. But that's okay. I love you. Keep it up. You guys have a good one. Peace out.
All right, that's Aaron. So thank you for Aaron for calling in, leaving us leaving that message. I appreciate it. We'll talk about the hiatus thing later, but first of all, let's talk about a few things you mentioned. Elves, the Santa. I don't think he was a pedophile. I don't think that was there. I think he was just a perv. And yeah, he did ask for oral from something, and I think it was one of his like elf assistants, like one of the girls who was probably like 18 or early 20s working the his little assistant, and she's like, yeah, the whole oral thing, and it was pretty great. He was a great character, but that whole movie's pretty good. I'll talk more on that later. No Mercy, though, yeah, I agree with you. That does belong on everybody's naughty list. That thing is just tragically terrible. It is awful. God damn. The only funny thing or good thing about that movie, at least in my mind, is the way the gnome comes to life to kill people. Because he starts off as this little tiny stone garden gnome who's been, I guess, lost in the woods for some reason. He's leaning like at the base of a tree, and some drunk guy pisses on him, and then drops like a whole bag of cocaine on it. So the piss and cocaine combine to bring the gnome to life, who goes on a killing spree. That's the only funny, interesting thing about that movie. The rest of it is pure Canadian garbage. Sorry, Canada, but goddamn, some of your movies are terrible. So yeah, otherwise, yeah, I think I agree with most of that. Mercy Christmas, I kind of forgot about that one, but yeah, it's a good one too. We both agreed was surprisingly good. It was a fun. There's some humor in that too. There's definitely some black dark humor in there. But it was a good movie. So if you haven't checked out that one out, go definitely check that out as well. So thank you, Aaron. Let's move on to our next caller, I guess. That's the message. And holy shit, based on the timestamp of these, we might I don't know what the fuck we're gonna be in for, but probably nothing good, because these were left at like 3:08, 3:10, and 3:14 in the morning. So I have an idea who these are from, and God help us for what we're about to listen to. But here we go.
Hey, Boss Mode. How you feeling? What's going on? Terrible Scary. We are from There Goes the Yeah, so this is Toledo Jones, and this is Alan Albuquerque. Alan Abercrombie.
Yeah.
That's right.
So we want to talk about the sequel.
To Halloween 3, which, if you ever get your head out of your ass for 2 goddamn seconds, you know about Halloween 3 Part 2, the revengeing of the Season of the Witch.
We would like to put that on our nice list. There's a naughty list, though.
Yeah, but if you keep talking, we're going to be real naughty. I'm not filling your stockings full of butthole coal.
So I'd say the nice list is anything Tom Atkins is involved, because he's fucking great.
Oh my God, he's the zaddy daddy. He's George Washington. Fuck off.
I would also include Friday the 13th Part 5 in that.
Oh, and Nightmare on Elm Street 2.
Yes.
Clue Gallagher, my parrot owner is zaddy daddy.
So on the naughty list, we would say that the Jeopardy episodes would be on the naughty list, because
nobody got raped.
Nobody got a gift. No, a prize.
Or let alone raped.
Yeah. Oh, bragging rights. Fucking great.
Bragging raped.
Wow.
Marshall, I saw your fucking amazing Reed Richards salt coming in from the side.
With your yee-ass haircut.
With your yee-ass haircut. And I wanted to fuck the stupid out of your mouth. Because, I'm sorry, I know, Scaring can't be there for every episode, but I could put my butt in his chair, and it may or may not smell like farts.
Or cum.
Hey, guess what? Yeah. Hey, and also,
one of those things.
It's this boogie.
Oh, okay. That's it. It just cuts off. Okay. Well, that was something. So I guess to Toledo Jones and Alan Albuquerque, thanks for calling in and leaving that message. I appreciate it. Yeah, there's a lot to cover in that one. I don't even know where to even start with that. So, yeah, I think we're just going to move on, because I don't know where to go with that. Let's just move on to our next one. There we go. Let's see what they filed. Let's see who follows that up.
Hi, it's your boy, Nachos Big Swearwolf.
All right,
yeah,
Nachos.
Everybody's favorite not co-host. Oh. Anyway, what are you wearing, big boy?
Oh, spicy.
Yeah, so nobody's calling in on sober. We're calling in to give you our naughty and nice list. I don't know who those guys were earlier. Crazy drunk bastards. But here comes the spooky.
Here comes the spooky.
I want to tell you about everybody's second favorite podcast. So if there's people out there listening, we want to say that yeah. I'm not tripping over it.
What is happening? Oh, we've got
a couple choices.
We've been leaping over some bullshit tonight.
I would say that for scary stuff.
Oh, so scary.
You should check out Christmas Evil. It's a good horror episode. It's a good fucking horror Christmas episode for sure. And then that's on my nice list. For my naughty list,
my good list, Exorcist 3.
Oh man, that's fucking real good. That's a good one. Brad Dourif, very tasty.
Oh man, we just did an episode about the Brad Dourif thing.
Yeah. Actually, that's what we want to say, is stop listening to the horror and actually check out the Here Comes the Spooky.
Oh,
Here comes the spooky. Hey, what's the hotline number?
704-666-2814.
That number one more time.
704-666-2814. If you think that
tits are better than Jennifer Tilly's, and just actually
send her a birthday card
and call me on my personal phone. Just kidding. My girl has awesome boobs.
We're gonna leave several more voicemails for the night's over.
It's only just begun.
And we love you. And go fuck yourself,
Lord Marshall.
Okay. Wow. Well, thank you. Here comes the spooky Nachos and Cincinnati Jeff. I guess. Thank you for that. Okay, so let's unpack some of this. Let's go back to I want to go back to Toledo Jones here and Alan Albuquerque for a second. They brought up Friday the 13th Part 5, and you know what? That movie can suck a dick. Yeah, I said it. No, I'm just kidding. Actually, Friday the 13th Part 5 is actually really fun. I know, I think years ago when we first started this podcast, we did that movie, and I believe I said So Bad It's Scary. And that's one of the ones I went back on and I changed it back to So Bad It's Scary, because it really is, and even before the episode, one of my favorite Friday 13s, even though it's not actually Jason, it's Roy Burns and all that, but the setup, the camp, with the whole movie, it's a good one. It was a lot of fun, and it's a really good movie. I think I just said that just to try to make some drama, I guess. So Aaron and I weren't agreeing on everything all the time, trying to mix up a little bit. And my excuse was, it's kind of like Halloween Part 3. It's not really Jason. They fuck you over and blah, blah, blah. And how is somebody like that's not Jason taking all this damage and surviving all this shit when he's just a regular paramedic, EMT? There's no way he should, blah, blah, blah. But overall, it's a good fucking movie. What else? Exorcist 3. I actually haven't seen that one, so I can't comment on that one. But they brought up Christmas Evil as a good horror movie. We did that last year, I believe, on our Christmas season. That one is interesting. It's a slow burn. It's not really fast paced and not a whole lot of kills and stuff in it, but it's weird. But it's more storytelling about the guy's descent into madness and going crazy. It's pretty good, and it has one of the weirdest, ridiculous endings to a movie out there. I mean, it's so weird. And it's one of those things, it's like, did he die? And is he imagining this ending, or is this shit actually happening? And I'm going to say spoilers, but fuck it. The movie's like 40 fucking years old or something at this point. I mean, the van drives off a bridge, and instead of crashing and blowing up like it should, it flies up into the sky across the moon like fucking Santa's sleigh being pulled by a reindeer. I guess he heads off to the North Pole. And people are like looking up at the sky like this is happening, like watching it. I'm like, what? What the fuck? How? It's so weird, but it's a weird movie, and it's worth a watch at least once. So check that out. And Nacho's, girlfriend's boobs. Cool. Everybody loves good boobs. Good for you, Nachos. That's great. Get that brag in there, man. That's a nice flex, I guess. I don't know, but that's awesome. Let's move on. I got one more message here. Let's play this one and see where this takes us.
Hey, it's fucking Cincinnati Jeff, and I'm keeping it tight. I'm taking a pee-pee right now. Make sure you fucking play this on air. Can you hear the sound of my urine hitting the fucking toilet bowl?
There's a lot of blood there.
What I do. Also, let's talk about some things on my naughty list. Mostly 2019's fucking Black Christmas. Those fucking lesbians. Terrible fucking movie. Awful stuff. What's on my nice list, though? Legos. Any Legos. Alright, talk to you later.
Alright, well, that one was nice and short. Alright, yeah, thanks again to our Cincinnati Jeff. Hope that was a good pee for you. Hope everything flowed. You had a good flow. Hope that you're nice and healthy there. Legos, everybody loves Legos. Legos are great, except for when you step on them in your bare feet in the middle of the night. And when you start losing pieces to the sets and you can never put anything back together again once it breaks, you're just like, fuck, well, this ain't ever going to be a fucking pirate ship or a TIE fighter anymore. It's garbage now. But, yeah, Legos are fun. Way too goddamn expensive, though. Way too much for a bunch of plastic blocks. Jesus Christ, Legos. Get over yourself, all right, with the prices. I will say that. All right. I think that's it. That's all the phone messages we got. But if anybody's listening to this, if you didn't call in, if you want to call in and give us your naughty nice list, I can play it on an upcoming episode. Please do. Check out the hotline at 740-4-SUCK-IT. 740-4-SUCK-IT. And give us your naughty nice list if you're out there and if you want to get one on the air. That'd be awesome. Let's move on. I'll wrap this up now. I'll give you my naughty nice list. I think maybe like a New Year's resolution or New Year's hope type thing. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. But I'll start with a nice list. Starting off, I'm going to go Monica and Sydney from the Spooky Tuesday podcast. Those two girls were great. They filled in for me a few times, and I had a lot of fun with them. They were good, really good sports. I had a lot of fun with those episodes, and they do a good podcast. So if you haven't checked out their podcast already, the Spooky Tuesday, go do it. It's definitely worth it. It's fun. They do a good job. Go show them some love if you haven't already. So thank you to Monica and Sydney. You're on the nice list. Also next, Sarah Samples. Come on, she's on the nice list. How can she not be? First Lady of Horrible Horror, who kills it every time she's on. We have a blast with her. She's fun. She gets it. She gets it. What's it? I don't know. Go ask Faith no more. But she gets it. And she was awesome on the Masterpiece Theater episodes that we did. Those were a lot of fun. If you haven't seen those or heard those, I should say, go check them out. They're not based on any movies we did. They were basically, the premise was I dug up all the old crappy horror stories I wrote when I was a kid, and I'm talking like third grade through like early high school, like all those years of just all this writing shit I did, and we turned them into like plays. We read them on air and we voice acted out all the parts, and Sarah, being the only girl, got stuck with every female part in all the stories and had to try to differentiate between all of them, and it was a lot of fun for us. We had a blast doing it. So much fun. I don't know how it comes across to people listening, but it was a lot of fun digging up and laughing at the shit I used to write. And maybe coming down the pipe, there might be a volume 3, maybe, if we get everybody together, get schedules worked out and get everybody together again. But that was fun. So next on my nice list is Nachos McWerewolf. Gotta put him on a nice list, even though, with all the other shit, flaws that boy's got, which we all love. I gotta put him on a nice list. I mean, come on, he's filled in for me for so many times. He's really helped me out. He's always there to help out when I needed him. I've had a lot of fun with him too on the show. So definitely Nachos McWerewolf was getting on the nice list. And next on, we're all the Patreons. All our Patreons out there that we have, the few of you out there that help support our show, thank you so much, especially this time of year. I appreciate it. Every little bit helps try to get this thing, with their expense and keep this show going. It's not easy. It's really not easy, but for those of you who are supporting, giving us a few bucks here and there, I really, really appreciate it. I love you guys. So thank you so much. So all the Patreons definitely on the nice list. Now, for a couple movies I put on nice list this year, I'll still get some Christmas ones first. My first up, I'm going Anna and the Apocalypse, which coincidentally also happened to be a Sarah Samples episode. But that was a fun Christmas zombie musical movie. We had a lot of fun with that one. Hell, I downloaded the soundtrack and listened to it for a while. It's catchy. It's good. So I might go watch that later, maybe today or maybe tomorrow or something like that. That's a fun one to watch. Next up, I'm going to agree with Aaron. I'm going Elves as well. Elves is crazy. I mean, he kind of summed up like fucking Nazis and elves and incest and weird shit and a mom who drowns a cat in a toilet. It's fucking weird. Grizzly Adams chain smoking and doing home invasions. I bet very polite, well-mannered home invasions, but home invasions nonetheless. It's just a weird, crazy fucking movie and definitely needs to be watched. So I definitely say Elves as well. A couple other things I put on my nice list for more recent ones. I'm going to go with Nick Cage and Willy's Wonderland. That was a surprisingly fun movie, kind of loosely based on like a Five Nights at Freddy's premise. Nicolas Cage doesn't speak a single word, never speaks in the movie, but somehow still manages to be Nicolas Cage and wacky, crazy, and it's a fun movie. Yeah, that was a fun one. Check it out. And then I'm going to put Phantom of the Mall is going on my nice list too. A lot of people probably think that movie sucks or stupid, but goddamn, it was fun. Also another Sarah Samples episode, coincidentally enough. But that movie is crazy. It's from the open, the theme song of it is hilarious. And so like you would never hear those lyrics today because everybody's so fucking overly sensitive PC bullshit. But my God, is it funny and just crazy. And then the movie itself has got so much wackiness in it. I mean, you got a king cobra slithers through a pipe, a toilet plumbing, basically, comes up to a toilet, bites a dude on the dick and kills him. You have kung fu in the sewers. You have car chases. You have explosions. You have Morgan Fairchild's big tits. You have the most interesting man in the world who owns a mall. And then there's fucking Pauly Shore just being stupid. It's a crazy fucking movie. Yeah, that was definitely on my nice list. All right, let's move on to my naughty list for now. Naughty list. I'm gonna start with one that's already been said. I'm gonna agree with Cincinnati Jeff. I'm going Black Christmas 2019. That movie can be on everybody's naughty list. That movie's garbage and should never have been made. It kind of ruins the name Black Christmas, drags it through a mud. Fuck that movie. Moving on. Moving on to my next naughty list is Mark Paloma and all of his movies, because fuck that, those movies are terrible, especially everybody involved, cast, crew, director, everything that had to be Camp Murder. Fucking A, that movie was terrible. And that Cody, that whiny fucking bitch of a character, and the wrestler with jacked up teeth, and the shitty, that movie is, that one's good. That still leaves a bad taste in my mouth. Close with that, which I'm not even sure which one's worse. I mean, these two both might be get tied for like the worst this year. I don't know. But Night of the Dribbler, that's on the naughty list. Jesus Christ. That's barely even a movie. That's basically a one-man like audition reel for like Saturday Night Live or something like that. The one guy who just tried to do all these different voices and characters, and it's fucking, it's so bad. I don't think it even classifies as a horror movie. It's supposed to be like a slapstick comedy with horror elements, maybe, but Jesus Christ, that movie and Camp Murder can just go fucking get ass raped hard. Hate them. Next on my naughty list, Tom Atkins and Halloween 3. Fuck those. They're staying on the naughty list just because I can say so. Tom Atkins is overrated. You know who I'm talking to. You know, if people listen to this, you know who I'm talking to right now when I say this. Overrated. Get off Tom Atkins' jock. And Halloween 3 still sucks. That's going to get some blowback later, I know. But what's the hell? Also on my naughty list, I'm putting The Slayer. That movie. Oh, God. Nachos did that one with me. That movie is dog shit. Talk about false advertising on that movie when you look at the cover art and when the movie you actually get. Jesus Christ. I know we covered it. I know Here Comes the Spooky covered it too. That's how bad it is. Both of us covered that one. I don't know. I guess we're just glutton for punishments. But fucking The Slayer, if you know, you know. That one's on the list. Naughty list. The last two naughty lists, I guess I'm going to go... I hate to do it. But I'm going Chris Samples. Chris Samples is on the naughty list. He's the one person in the he didn't call in. And you know what? Coffee Doug Jones. I'm putting him on the naughty list too. They didn't call and leave us messages. I was hoping they would. So no excuses there, guys. So you're on the naughty list for not leaving me your naughty or nice list voicemail for me to put on here. So naughty list for you guys. Sarah, you're still on the nice list. Chris, you're on the naughty list. I'm also gonna put I'm putting Cincinnati Jeff. You know what? Cincinnati Jeff's not Cincinnati. It's Cincinnati Jeff right now. Cincinnati Jeff. Because you know what? You know what you did. You know what you did. That's all I'm gonna say. You know what you did. And lastly, I hate to do it, but I'm putting Aaron on the naughty list. Only for the fact that the hiatus is taking way too damn long. Stop being lazy. Get back to the show. Hiatus is over. Get back. Come back to the show. That's why you're on naughty list. Otherwise, you'd be on nice list, I guess. But naughty list because you're milking this hiatus. You're milking it. The hiatus's udders are rubbed sore and chapped because you're rubbing them so much. You're milking that hiatus so much. End it. It's over. Hiatus done. Get back to the show, and you'll get off the naughty list. All right, that's all. That's my naughty list for now. I mean, I'm sure I'll probably I should put that on later once I get done here. But I'm just kind of doing this, see my pants type thing. I do want to say like a New Year's resolution or a New Year's hope. I'm looking forward to that. I hope is good, and I hope can say will be on the nice list next year, and not the naughty list. But I'm going to say this new in development Friday the 13th show, this Camp Crystal Lake or whatever they're finally going to call it. I'm hoping for good things from that, but I'm not going to hold my breath because I don't know how well they're going to turn that into a fucking show, pre-Jason dying. I mean, I really don't know what they can do there. I'm excited we're getting some new Friday the 13th content finally after all this lawsuit stuff, and I hope that maybe those relaunch the series, the franchise movies, and maybe go back, make some good movies again. But the show thing, I hope it's good, but I just don't know. I mean, like Chucky on USA, that one turned out to be okay. It wasn't terrible. So, but other series that they've done from more like, the Scream MTV one wasn't great. So trying to take horror franchise and turn them into like whole long shows, I think it has a mixed track record, and I hope it's good, but I'm worried because it's not really going to be Jason. It's like Jason as a camp counselor there. So how long can they really stretch out him at a summer camp while the counselor's off banging and he's being all retarded? Sorry, everybody get off it, but he was retarded or mentally whatever. But what are they gonna do? Like, is he gonna miss Voorhees? Gonna be running around killing people in the background again like they did in Friday the 13th? But that's just Friday the 13th Part 1. So like, I don't know what they're really gonna do here, where it can go. But I hope it's good, and I'm gonna say for more Friday the 13th movies coming. That's my hope. So I'm hoping they're gonna be good. So I think that's it. I think I'm gonna wrap this up. I wanted to try to keep this short. And I'm not sure if I'm gonna post this before Christmas or after Christmas. But I'll get it posted. And hope you guys had a little fun with this. I had fun listening to the voice messages. Like I said, if you guys listeners want to call and leave us your own annoying niceness or anything else, call the hotline at 740-4-SUCK-IT. That's 740-4-SUCK-IT. And you can leave us your voice messages with anything you want. So that's it. I'm going to wrap it up, guys. Thank you very much for Sarah, Nachos, Cincinnati Jeff, Aaron, everybody, for you guys who called in and left a message. I appreciate it. Thank you. Everybody else out there, I hope you all have some great holidays. Kwanzaa, whatever you winter solstice or whatever it is you celebrate, or Hanukkah, whatever it is you do, guys, this time of year. Hope it's all good, happy, merry, jolly, whatever adjective you want to put in there. But be safe out there in the holidays. Have fun. You know what to deal. Remember to always watch more horror movies. I fucked up my own sign off. Watch more horror movies, and remember, always keep it jolly and tight.